It is so fun to just snap this stuff off and feed it to people. You gotta try this. I'm Alec Baxt, co-founder of Farming Up, a project that is in the process of launching a very large rooftop farm in Brooklyn, New York. So rooftop farms are really new to the scene. Green roofs go back eons, but farming them is pretty new. So we had this nagging question, is this food worth eating? The idea behind the study that I'm doing this year is comparing food that's grown in rooftop systems to food that's coming out of the field and using as a basis of comparison nutrition. In New York City, there's still a lot of pockets that have poor food access and as a result, poor nutrition and a high incidence of diet-related illnesses. This is the kind of research you can take to people and say, we're not just growing food on a rooftop as some kind of hipster hobbyist thing. We're growing food that has nutritional value that exceeds what you find in your average grocery store. And we can do this on top of a school in a neighborhood that doesn't have a supermarket. Here we are at Brooklyn Grange. I think this is really the first large-scale soil-based rooftop farm. And this is definitely really big picture thinking. Rooftop farms are these spaces where people come and have transformative experiences. Snap off a leaf and taste it. This is called Roof Light, and this is a mix. Super lightweight, weighs about half as much as typical soil does. So the way these trials are set up, each row is a slightly different mix. Yeah, this is the 50-50. And I'm really psyched about this mix because one of the 50s in that 50-50 is biochar and compost, materials that New York City can make from just the organic materials that it collects municipally. When you make biochar, you're doing a burn, and so you can use that energy to heat your facility or heat hot water. The Parks Department is really interested in this. When I asked them what they intended to do with the biochar that came out of that process, they asked what biochar was, and I thought, this is perfect. Behind us is a part of the infrastructure of the old dairy that was the Rockefeller Dairy. And they created a nonprofit, which is the Stone Barn Center, renovated the dairy to create the institution. In the pot at the very end, there's one of these same plants, but it's potted in one of the rooftop mixes.
Can we go up and take a look at that?
Sure. Because one of the questions was that my trial site is on a rooftop in Brooklyn. It's an incredibly harsh environment. So if it didn't work out well, it would be hard to know if that was an artifact of the growing medium or if that had to do with location. One way to investigate that was to take some of my mix and stick it in the field, and then that basically negates the location effect. Moment of truth. I would eat those. These will go off to the lab for nutritional analysis. We are at Cornell University, and this is somewhere, I guess this is a USDA lab in front of us. And I didn't want to move ahead without having this information, so I went for it, but I'm here and I'm kind of wondering how I ended up going down this road.
It's nice to meet you. Yes, it's good work. Come on in this way. We'll come on down to the...
Holy moly. Right behind this door it says, hot as the sun. The surface of the sun?
Yeah, inside that quartz tube. So there's where these See that bright light, that plasma inside? Well, this is used to measure all the various trace metals that we're going to analyze Alec's samples for. All the elements have their own characteristic colors, and we're going to measure them.
So when we went up to the Stone Barn Center, we pulled out these carats from the rooftop mix. We sent them off to a lab, and what we found was that across most of the variables, they were more nutrient dense than the USDA averages for fresh carrots. To me, what that says is rooftops can be counted on to produce food that's more nutritious than a lot of what we're finding locally in grocery stores, in bodegas, and certainly in institutions. There are 1 million buildings in New York City. Altogether, that represents 38,000 acres of space. Food builds community. Rooftop farms make that connection so immediate. I'm from Brooklyn. I love the place. That's one of the reasons I want to bring this kind of farming to New York City.